Our topic for episode 35 is empathy versus sympathy, a subtle distinction that I know, once understood, can completely change the way you communicate, support others, and feel supported yourself. It's something I see all the time in counselling. Clients that I work with want to help. They want to be good friends, good partners, good colleagues, but they often confuse sympathy with empathy. And I know understanding the difference is going to help you connect without overextending yourself, giving more, or accidentally leaving people feeling misunderstood. Make yourself a cup of tea, get yourself comfortable. We are all fine. Let's start with sympathy. Sympathy is when you feel for someone. You notice their pain, you acknowledge it, and you may feel compassion, but there's an emotional distance. You're observing from the outside rather than stepping into that experience. So let me give you an example. Your friend might say something like, I'm overwhelmed, it's a nightmare, work deadlines. Your sympathetic response might be something like this. Oh no, that sounds horrible. That's really bad. I'm so sorry that you're going through that. It's kind, yes, it does something, but it doesn't necessarily make them feel truly understood. And sometimes it can unintentionally create a sense of separation or even that that pity feeling. Sympathy is often helpful when someone just needs acknowledgement, but if overused or not used correctly, I think it can make relationships feel a little flat or a little one-sided, a little bit empty. So, empathy, on the other hand, is feeling with someone. It's not about fixing their problem, giving advice, or trying to cheer them up or say the right thing. It's not. It's about stepping into their perspective and sharing a piece of the emotional experience. So, empathy is about being present with what they're actually feeling. So let's look at the empathic response to that same sort of example I gave you there. I'm overwhelmed, work deadlines, it's just crazy. You could say something like, God, that sounds so heavy. I can imagine how stressful that might be, just trying to juggle everything at once. Can you see the difference? Can you feel the difference? How the person who would have received that message perhaps would have felt? You've just delivered empathy and not sympathy. It's a massive difference. Empathy conveys this: I see you, I get you, I understand you. I can't change it. I've got no magic wand, but it validates their experience, and that alone will build trust and connection with those important people in your life. Empathy allows us all to be close without taking on the other person's feelings as if they were their own. So that's an important boundary that protects our energy while still being emotionally available. Understanding empathy versus sympathy, I think, matters because it shapes your relationships in a number of really profound ways. I know this, as a counsellor myself, I use empathy all the time. It builds trust. People around you, if you're empathizing with them rather than sympathizing with them, they will feel truly seen and understood. Sympathy can unintentionally, I think, create distance. Yes, it's well-meaning and usually comes from a good place, but it can leave someone feeling pitied or othered. And empathy fosters emotional balance. In counselling, I see clients who want to support others, but end up either over-identifying, which leads to an emotional exhaustion or burnout, that can be really hard, or keeping too distant, offering sympathy that doesn't quite hit the mark. And that leaves people feeling disconnected from each other. Now, both extremes can harm relationships. The key is being mindful and careful with your empathy. Let me share some practical ways to practice empathy, steps to bring empathy into your daily life that feels really natural, really connected, and just really real. We don't want to be fake. We don't want to come across like we're forcing ourselves or trying too hard. What empathy is going to do is going to give you permission to feel with the other person, alongside the other person, show them you care, show them you're interested, while just keeping that really gentle emotional balance around all of you. So tip number 1, listen fully without trying to fix. Give somebody your full attention. Sometimes people just need to be heard. I can't stress that enough. Just heard, joined in with, accepted as, not coached. And many people, me included, I bet you're the same, you just want to offload. So you don't want to have someone think they've got to rush in and solve it. Empathy will just allow you to sit with whatever it is that person is bringing you without any expectations. Tip number 2, reflect and validate. These are all counselling skills. Use phrases like, it sounds like you're feeling, or I hear that this has been really hard for you. That's all you need to do. You're joining gently alongside that emotion. This will show understanding without any form of judgment and really will build that connection. Tip number 3, notice non-verbal cues. Pay attention to tone, body language, or subtle signs of emotion in people's body, how they look, how they come across. Often these will reveal more than words alone. Tip number 5, really important to set emotional boundaries. Empathy doesn't mean absorbing the other person's feelings. It protects your energy, but you still remain present and you still remain emotionally tied and connected to that other person. Tip number 5, always pause before you give any response. You can ask yourself, am I truly listening? Do I understand, or am I just feeling sorry for them? You'll know the difference. You'll know if it's a pity party, or you'll know if it's a real, genuine, empathic response to whatever it is you're listening to. So just taking that little moment, that little space in your mind for that thought to come down and the words to come in, really important. Tip number 6, practice curiosity. I love that word. I'm always curious as a counsellor. Curiosity over judgment. Instead of assuming how somebody feels, always take a gentle step and allow some exploration. That's coming from their point of reference, not yours. So I might have had a really busy, stressy day and I might think, oh, I know how that feels for me. And I could make the assumption it could feel the same for you. I'd be getting that wrong. I need to just gently ask. I could say something like, and I do this as a counsellor actually, I know how it feels to feel stressed, but you tell me how it feels for you. Let me try and understand what it feels like to walk alongside you and get to know how you feel when you're stressed. Even just by sharing those words there, I'm gently telling that person, I'm here, I'm present, and I'm going to do my best to listen to you. I hope you found this useful, the difference between empathy and sympathy. Let's just take a moment now just to reflect on a recent conversation that you've had with somebody, maybe this week, maybe even this moment, this day before you started listening to this. Think about this. Did you respond with sympathy or empathy? And how do you think the other person might have felt? Even small moments of intentional empathy can strengthen your relationships and deepen your understanding of others while keeping you grounded in your own feelings. Let's look at the takeaways. Sympathy, that is feeling for someone. Empathy is feeling with someone. If you can remember that, it'll always help you to work out how you're responding. Empathy, we know, strengthens bonds. It certainly does as a counsellor with my client. It encourages trust and allows the connection without losing you. Start small, pause, listen, reflect, and validate, and take the time to notice the difference it makes not only in you and your responses, but in all of your relationships as a whole. If this episode resonated, do please follow the show. Leave a rating. I would love any kind of feedback, and maybe share this with somebody who you feel might really just benefit from understanding the difference between empathy and sympathy. And I'd love to hear your experiences practicing empathy, or if it's too much sympathy, let me know. Email me at HeidiWeAreAllFine@gmail.com, or come and find me on social media, TikTok, Instagram, all of those places. Heidi Lester Counsellor, Heidi Lester Mental Health Therapist. It's all over there. YouTube, you're welcome to join me on there as well, and Instagram. Now, you need to join me next Monday for my ultimate guide to self-improvement. If you've been feeling stuck or tired of trying to fix yourself, I'm going to offer you a grounded, compassionate approach to self-improvement, one that focuses on your self-awareness, emotional balance, we've talked about that a little bit today, and growing as a human being through kindness. I'm going to give you 5 practical pillars for personal growth and simple steps to reconnect with your real, authentic self. We are all flawed, insecure, nervous, and emotional, but that's fine. And always remember, be yourself. You are no one else. Until next time, have a fantastic week. Take good care, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Finally, some important takeaways. The podcast is for informational use only and should not be used as a substitution for professional advice or for personal diagnosis. These opinions are personal and I do not guarantee the accuracy of such opinions or information. I'm not intending to create a counselling relationship with you, and you should always consult a qualified mental health professional with any concerns.